This is the Gibson Corvus, and it is the ugliest guitar that Gibson has ever created. But that didn't stop me from buying it, because every guitar needs a home. They all want to be adopted. But even though this guitar is so ugly, it actually sounds pretty dang good. Even though it sort of looks like a deformed lobster claw, something about it really grabbed me, and so of course I had to have it. As soon as this was traded in, I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be mine. There's no doubt about it. But also, the thing sounds pretty dang good when I plug it into a lot of my amps. This was a moment in time for Gibson when they were just kind of throwing anything at the wall and seeing what would stick. And well, I don't know if this weird looking lobster claw stuck. Clearly not, because they don't make it anymore today. But it sure is a collectible among people who like weird and obscure guitars, specifically Gibson guitars, because it's just an oddball of an instrument. I do actually like the sound, and you don't see these too often. And if you are a collector of the Gibson weird stuff, of course you would want to get it, because what the hell? This is like the ugliest thing ever. It's just so awkward and strange. It does have this interesting cut here, which makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to play. But there are actually 3 different versions of this. There's the Corvus 1, which has 1 pickup. There's the Corvus 2, which is this one, has 2 pickups. And then there is the Corvus 3, which has 3 pickups, which is 3 times the power on 1 times the ugly. That was a really weird thing to say. It's also got an old school TP6 right here, which is pretty neat. Strings kind of go over these brass saddles. In the 80s, everybody was using those brass saddles. They're really popular. And the pick guard here is kind of this weird, funky, cool shape that takes up a lot of the guitar. This guitar just looks like they were just draw it in paint. Have you ever tried to draw anything in paint? Like Microsoft Paint or whatever, and this just kind of came out, and they were like, "Yeah, screw it. That's freaking great. Let's make that into a guitar." That's what we're doing. Headstock is also kind of a weird, funky shape, but kind of cool nonetheless. I heard that during this time, headless guitars were kind of popular, but they decided to put a headstock on this one, and it's definitely something. It's not the prettiest, but everything needs a home. Look at the back of it. It's a maple neck with 6 tuners on there. They're all Grover tuners, so really cool. Also, the guitar is relatively comfortable. It's got dot inlays, which is kind of cool, and a rosewood fingerboard, which of course is my favorite. These are actually pulled out. If you were to open this up, it's actually pulled out for 3 different pickups, so you could easily just go ahead and put in a 3rd pickup. So I guess if you wanted a Corvus 3, you would just have to cut it out and do your own thing there. But no, I'm not going to do that, obviously. This guitar is already living a hard life, like the ugly duckling. You could probably try to open some cans with this thing if you wanted to. God, that is just hideous. If you know anything about me, you know that I love to collect weird Gibson guitars. And this is certainly one that I wasn't going to sleep on when it came in, because it's just unique enough for me to buy it. I was actually demoing this guitar when the strap button actually came out. So I need to fill that up, because now the screw won't stay in there when I try to stand playing this guitar. I need to fill that up a little bit, and then it'll be easy for me to play again. But yeah, that actually happened right when I was trying to make this video. So it is what it is, right? We have 2 volumes and a tone, and a switch here completes this half-completed guitar. I don't know what the heck that they were thinking when they decided to make a guitar with this shape. And clearly it wasn't a very good seller for them. Like I said, they never went on to make a bunch of them. Nobody ever talks about this guitar anymore. But if you pull this guitar out on stage, I'm sure somebody is gonna look twice, because what the hell? They're gonna be like, is this guy serious? That's the ugliest thing I ever seen in my life. Get the kids in the car quickly. We need to We need to get the hell out of here. But I'm interested to know what you think about this wild instrument. Do you think it's ugly? Would you play this thing on stage? Is it something that I should keep? Or is this just something that I should put on the wall in the kitchen with some of the other weird looking kitchen utensils that I have? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel, and I will keep really interesting guitars coming your way. Thank you so much for watching Riff with Cliff. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.